Good evening, NFL, and welcome to a very special edition of Monday Night Matters. I'm your host, Graham Bechtel, and it's playoff time, which means we're going to do something a little bit different this week than we normally do. Instead of going over, who got people going and who doesn't have people going and total scores, since we're in two separate brackets now, the field is a little different. I'm going to have a little fun with Monday Night Matters, and I'm going to tell you how your team can get maximum points in the weekly points rankings. Of course, I'm not talking about your number after the details. I'm talking about how many points you get for first place, second place, third place, those points. So here are your scenarios that may or may not help your cause, and we'll start off with, of course, the folks that can win it all, the trophy division. And we'll start off with the Anaheim Argyle. Phil, this is what you need to happen for best case scenario for you. You need every other team in this division to completely rest on their laurels. That's what you need. Because you already have the most points in your division, and if nobody scores anymore, by nature and default, you have won the week. Yes, you do have Odell Beckham Jr., and sure, it would be nice for him to get some points to give you a cushion. Totally not necessary if the other teams fail to put up a lot of points. I'll tell you this, though. Don't rest on your laurels. Don't think that a 0 from Odell is going to get you somewhere, because the team right below you is the Los Alamitos Tyrants, and this is what they need to have happen for them to overtake you to get max points in the trophy division. Tyrants, you need Lamar Miller and Jarvis Landry to absolutely go ham on the field tonight, and you need Odell Beckham to pretty much fall asleep on the wheel. That's what you need. If the Miami's duo can get over 9 points tonight, just 9, which is not unlikely for those two, and somehow Odell gets a 0, or if this is a shootout and those two wideouts score more points than Odell, you can find yourself with max points this week, which I believe is 4 for your division. So keep that in mind. You have a plausible scenario to overtake the trophy division. Redlands, however, the Coppersmiths, you actually have a little bit weaker of a time right now, because this is your best case scenario. You would need every other receiver and running back and everything to get complete spaghetti arms and drop everything. And you need to have Will Tye, the tight end from New York, to have his best game of not only the season, but of his career. He needs to get 18 points. Well, nobody that I've listed above already gets any points for you to get max points. I just don't see this happening. I like Ty a lot, and he's going to score some points, but 18 to double zeros, triple zeros for the guys above you doesn't spell great to get over that hump. I think you're going to finish third in this division this week, which is fine. Come back next week, get some more points. No big deal. And speaking of come back next week, we have the Hollywood Hustlers. You have no players going tonight. You're already below all the other 3 teams, so you're pretty much done for this week. No, you are done for this week. So just enjoy some winter basketball, hang out, lick your wounds, prepare your team for next week, and just feel great about the fact that you, my friend, are in the trophy division and do not have to fear the Nuts. Speaking of the Nuts, let's go ahead now and go down to the Truck Nuts division, where we see the current Nuts holders, the New York Continentals, that would be my team, actually doing pretty well. They are in the driver's seat for this week by virtue of the fact that they currently have the most points in the entire league, which doesn't matter to the top 4 teams because they're in a different division. They also do not have any players going this week. No players for me. So it's not a guarantee that I won't take max points, but it's pretty close to a done deal at this point. And I'll explain why in the next couple of team recaps. We'll start off with the closest plausible teams that could potentially overtake the Continentals. That would be the Los Angeles Green Slime and the Brea Oilers. Both teams are in very similar positions, is why I'm putting them together. The Green Slime needs Dwayne Harris to be lights out, and they need to score, I think it's 40 points for them to jump over the Continentals, which is not unheard of for a wideout to do. But I've not heard of Dwayne Harris being that guy before. So I'm going to put this one pretty close to the low end of probability. Brea Oilers are in the same position, but they have a tight end that needs to get those points. Then they have Jordan Cameron put up a 39 spot, and I don't think a tight end has done that this season. Even ones like Reed and Gronkowski, I just don't see that happening. So I'm also going to put you in the close to 0 possibility category. Mountain View Minox, you have 2 players going. That's good news. They're both quarterbacks. That is also good news. Eli Manning and Ryan Tannehill. That's probably the best news you're going to get because you are pretty low on the point score. So in order for you to go up and take max points away from me and the Continentals, you would have to score 80 points. Your best hope right now would be to possibly overtake the Green Slime or the Oilers. I don't even see you taking over Josh for fifth, for a second to top points, not fifth. I don't know what the math is. I think it's just second. It's hard with the playoff splits. I'm sorry. So yeah, I don't see it happening. If it does, kudos to you, and you deserve it. Double 40-point scores in a massive shootout would be unprecedented. So yeah. Glendora Dewfaces, you are currently in the second place catbird seat right now, but you don't have anybody going. So you are not protected right now from the Oilers or the Slime, or even the Minox. And while it's pretty unfeasible that they're gonna get enough points to overtake me, they're only about 20 points away from you, and that's pretty plausible. And you have no one defending your points. So I'll be honest with you, I don't think you need to sweat. I don't think either of the guys that the other 2 teams have are going to kind of pop that bracket. But don't sleep happy yet. Wait till tonight. All right? Finally, we have the Chino Hills champions. Mike, let's talk man to man. All right? Week 1 of the playoffs is not the week to not show up. Trust me, I know. I did this last year. I was that team. And I end up walking away with the nuts fairly simply, and I hate to see you to do that, but it's pretty close right now with the way you're scoring. You need to have 2 back-to-back win weeks. Not unfeasible, not impossible, but you need to do that. Otherwise, we're pretty much sewed up with the fact that the nuts are going to be getting high in Oregon on elevation, solely elevation. Okay? There you have it. That's what you need for max points this week. We'll see how it all plays out. We'll see if those miracle scenarios happen, or if we see the more likely scenarios are going to take place. But whether you have players going or not, because it's a fun night, we love watching football. Remember, everybody, Monday Night Matters.